Alright, so on May 27, a new professional CSGO tournament is going to be shown on TBS, and we're going to have another competitive video game tournament being broadcasted on national TV, right? So this isn't going to be the first time that a tournament's been shown on TV since like ESPN has actually aired a Dota 2 tournament like 2 years ago called the International, and maybe even last year too. But here's the thing: when ESPN decided to air it, people apparently got really pissed. It's like esports came in, grabbed every single traditional sport, kicked it to the curb, out in the rain, and sent it out to the woods, never to be seen again, right? So it's like no more football, no more soccer or basketball. They just took all that shit and kicked it out, and now we got Dota 2, League, and Counter Strike, which it's stupid. And like people are actually complaining how a video game was actually on ESPN too, not even just the main one, ESPN. That's it. It's ESPN two. And so with this tournament coming up on the 27th, I could kind of already see the same debate that we've always seen before. The whole what's this tournament doing on TV? Why is it on TBS? TBS is a comedy network. Put it to ESPN. ESPN, we can't do it because it's not a sport. Yes, it is. No, it's not. And we're just gonna keep having that debate, and and it's really fucking annoying. It's really just stupid. Now, okay, look. This isn't going to be a video about me explaining why esports should be considered a sport, right? If you want those reasons, then I'm just going to point you to the game theories video. Like, MapPat has a better way of explaining it, and he could explain it in a better way than I could ever do. And I don't really want to research it because I don't really have all the time for that shit, and he does, right, MapPat? Yeah, okay. So yeah, go watch that video. I'm pretty sure it's like 20 minutes long. Just go watch it if you're really curious about it, and then come back here. Okay, so to start off, people who are bitching about video games being on ESPN need to really look at what E in ESPN means, right? Because ESPN is just an abbreviation for Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. The key word being entertainment. If you go on Twitch, the amount of viewers that each tournament gets, if it suggests anything, it's that these tournaments are extremely entertaining. It has some credibility being on ESPN just because of that, which is more than what I could say about something like Scrabble or the National Spelling Bee. I mean, I want to be entertained. I don't want to feel like I'm in seventh grade English class, right? Especially since I remember it being in seventh grade English class. Every single freaking class, we have to look at 5 words and learn the meaning, use it in a sentence, and I still don't remember it. And so I can already hear the complaints, right? It's like, well, it may be entertaining, but ESPN is known for sports, and it should stay that way. Well, you know what? MTV was known for music, and now it's known for uh, whatever the hell MTV is now. Now, I'm not saying that esports has to take place of traditional sports, right? Like on the main ESPN channel or anything. ESPN could just broadcast esports in one of its multiple channels, or maybe even make a new one, call it like ESPN E or something. Both traditional and esports can exist on this same station, the same network, essentially, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and so with that point on, let me just say this. To the people who are pro esports, stop trying so hard to get people who don't see esports as sports to get them to see it as a sport. I already told you to watch the game theorist video that explains it, and I know you didn't watch it because it's just 20 minutes long. And if they saw the video and they got all that information, and some people still won't care, no matter how many evidence or whatever you say to put in front of them, they still won't agree with you. And so the best thing you could do is to get them to compromise to some degree, right? Let them say it's not a sport, but at least get them to agree that esports is a competitive realm that is entertaining and is clearly watched by millions, and it deserves to be shown on channels such as ESPN. Now, if the sticks up their ass still makes them disagree, get them to somehow explain why World Championship Poker and Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is shown on ESPN, yet video game competitive tournaments aren't. And I'm pretty sure they can't, and they will at least agree that video game competition should have more of a right to be shown than those. Okay, look, listen. In my opinion, esports are sports, but I don't have a hard on for making the average sports fan think the same thing. I'm fine with esports being its own thing, and if people really want to, I'm pretty sure we might as well make it count as a sport, but just make it a different type. What's wrong with that? Just have sports be this blanket statement and divide it by all the sports that we can think of which fall under traditional sports, and esports fall under, I don't know, new sports or just esports, whichever, just a different category. You get me? If you want a way to think of it like Formula One and the AMA Superbike Championship. They're both racing series, but they're different vehicles. All right, one's in cars, one's on bikes. They're both racing, but they're still different. And there's nothing wrong with difference, by the way. Why does everything that's different have to be either better or worse? They're just different. And overall, it doesn't matter. Esports is going to grow and get more popular than traditional sports, especially since esports is going to be more exposed year after year. And with tournaments like the one we're going to see on TBS, it'll grow faster. So let them think what they want. We don't need validation from them to make esports legitimate. Stop looking for that and hope to God that TBS doesn't fuck up this tournament. Because if everything works as it should, we can expand esports from there and create more tournaments with more games. Actually validifying esports and showing that it's here to stay.